Hello everyone. Today we will start with unit number 2 from the DMW data mining and warehousing. The name of unit is data warehouse and we are going to cover the topic that is introduction to that data warehouse. So these are the contents which we are going to cover in today's lecture. So starting with introduction to data warehouse. This data warehousing is nothing but a very important pre-processing step of data mining. So we have all of you seen a KDD process. In that KDD, whenever we are doing a data integration, or we have seen the data pre-processing steps also. So the step number 2 is data integration. So whenever we are integrating a data from the multiple sources, after the integration and after the unified view of that data, we can term it as a data warehouse. So we are storing that unified view or that integration of a data in a warehouse, that is called as a data warehouse. So it is also a tool that supports the information processing by providing platform of a history analysis. So according to the Bill Emmons, it is known as a father of data warehousing. A data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, time variant and non-volatile collection of data in support of the management decisions. So it stores the information so that the decision can be made, right? So we are storing a data in that data warehouse, and after that we are taking some decision on that data. So it is sometimes viewed as architecture. So we can view that data warehouse can be as a architecture, and it consists of various method like data cleaning, data integration, data consolidation. So these are different operations or decisions we can make on that data which is in data warehouse. So what are the benefits of that data warehouse? Before that we have seen the subject oriented, integrated and time variant non-volatile. What that term exactly? Subject oriented means all relevant data about that subject is gathered and stored at a single set in something useful format. Okay. So that relevant data are gathered and stored into the single set of useful format, that is called as a subject oriented data. Integration means the most important aspect of that data warehouse environment is that data found within the data warehouse is integrated always, means that with no exception that data should be integrated, or it is in the form or accepted fashion with a consistent naming conventions, measurement, their coding structure, their physical attributes likewise. Then time variant means all that data in the data warehouse it should be accurate as some of moment in a time, it should be accurate or it should be updated at some periods of a time. Then non-volatile means the data warehouse is read only, means data is loaded into the data warehouse and accessed there. Okay. So it should be in the form of read only. So these are some terms related to data warehouse. Then benefits of the data warehouse. So these are here there are some list of benefits of data warehouse you can see. So we will see it one by one. So the first thing is potential high returns on investment. So the what it says, the potential high returns of investment means we are having an implementation of that data warehousing, right, by any organization that will require the huge investment. So it may be in the form of 10 lakh to 50 lakhs. However, a study by the International Data Corporation in 1996 reported that the average 3 years returns on that investment in data warehousing is reached to 401%, means whenever we want build up a data warehouse, so it are having a high returns on that investment. So this is what the benefit of the data warehouse. The next thing is competitive advantage. So what the advantage it will have, the huge returns on that investment we have seen previously for those companies that have successfully implemented that data warehouse is evidence of that enormous competitive advantage that accompanies in this technology. Means first advantage is the high returns on that particular investment. The competitive advantage is gained by allowing the decision makers that access to that data can reveal previously unavailable. unknown or untapped information on, for example, customer trends and demands. Okay. So, whenever we are saying that that advantage is gained by some decision maker. Okay. So, it can be like it will be it is revealing something that is unavailable previously, that is unknown or untapped information. Such a things if we are relieving, then that will be a competitive advantage of this data warehouse. Then the next thing we are having is increased productivity of corporate decision makers. So, data warehouse improves the productivity of that corporate decision maker, right. So, by creating an integrated database for a consistent subject oriented non-volatile historical data, right. So, this is what the purpose of that data warehouse. So, it integrates the data from multiple incompatible system. We all of you know that integration is done by the different resources, right. So, different multiple incompatible system into the form that provide one consistent view, or we can say the unified view of an organization. So, it is organized in some format that can be an unified. So, by transforming that data into some meaningful information, a data warehouse allows the business manager to perform more substantive, accurate or consistent analysis on that data which is present in a data warehouse. So, this is what the increased productivity of that decision makers. Then more cost effective decision makings means in that whenever we are saying data warehousing helps to reduce the overall cost of the product by reducing the number of channels. Okay. So, in that case it will be look as a cost effective decision. Then the next thing is better enterprise intelligence, means it helps to provide the better enterprise intelligence, means it will improve that business intelligence, enterprise intelligence. Then next is it enhance the customer services. Yes, definitely it is going to be enhance the customer services, right. Then it is used to enhance the customer services. So, ultimately it will affect on both side, to the decision maker also and for the customer also, it is going to be enhance that service. So, this is what the benefits of data warehouse. Later we have to see what is the problems to that data warehouse. As we are having some advantages for that particular system, then again we are having a disadvantage also. So, here we have seen the benefits. Now, what can be the problem with that data warehouse, that we have to see. So, here is a list of the some problems which are available with that data warehouse. So, starting with the first, that is underestimation of resources of data loading. So, sometimes we are underestimate the time required to extract, to clean, to load that data into the warehouse. So, whenever we are loading a data into their data warehouse, we all of you know that we are performing one process that is called as a ETL. What we are doing exactly in ETL? We are extracting the process, then transforming and then loading that process, right. So, this thing we have to done, and we are taking or we are underestimate that time required for these things. Means for that ETL process we require some time to extract such information, to apply cleaning method, then we are loading the data into warehouse. So, it may be somewhere a time consuming task. So, it may take the significant proportion of that total development time, although some tools are there which are used to reduce the time and effort spent on this process, till it will take some time to do that, and we sometimes we are underestimating that time required for such a loading. Okay. So, this is what the first thing or a first problem with the data warehouse. Then the next problem is hidden problems with the source system. So, what kind of hidden problems which affects on that data warehouse due to the source system. So, sometimes hidden problems are associated with the source system, means from where we are taking the data, it may happen that some of the hidden problems are there in that source system. Feeding the data warehouse may be identified after a year of being undetected, means it may happen that we have used that data or we have stored that data in data warehouse, and after years we are come to know that we are detecting that the data is some problems are there, that are called as hidden problems. For example, when we are entering the details of a new property, Certain fields may allow nulls, which may result in a staff entering incomplete property data even when available and applicable. So, it may happen that some entries will be look like as undetected entries, and later we will come to know that these entries are missing here, or some hidden problems are there, that data is not entered properly in that field. So, it may be due to the staff error or human error, or there will be some null fields according, or data is not available like this. So, these are the hidden problems which can be occur due to that source system from where we are gathering our data. Then next thing, the required data not captured, means in some cases it may happen that the required data is not captured by the source system, which may be a very important for the data warehouse purpose. So, this can be a possibility that that data is not captured by the source system, what is a very which is very important for that data warehouse purpose. So, in that case the example can be the date of registration for that property may be not used in source system, but it may be very important for the analysis purpose. If I am taking something from one of the database, and in that database the property purchase date is not available, it may happen that that date is not entered in that database, but I have taken that information from that particular database, from which that date is very important for my analysis, and this may happen. So, we can say that this can be a problem with the data warehouse, that required data may not be captured, means we are having all the data, but the important data may be missed over there. So, this can be a problem with data warehouse. The next thing is increased end user demands. So, what is it? After satisfying the some end users queries or some request from that end user for support from staff may increases rather than decreases, right. So, increased end user demands means after the satisfaction it may happen that there will be increase in our demands rather than decreasing. So, this is caused by an increasing awareness of the users on the capabilities and the value of that data warehouse. The another reason for this increasing demand will be or it is that once a data warehouse is online, it is often the case that the number of users and the queries increases together with request for the answer to more and more complex queries. So, it may happen that if we are giving a response to the queries, then later that queries will be more and more complex depending upon our responses to that particular user. So, that is why there is an increased in end user demands whenever it is on open online for that user. So, this may happen. The next thing is data homogenization. So, what it says, the concept of that data warehouse which deals with a similarity of data. Homogeneous means a similar data, right. So, in that it deals with the similarity of data formats between the different data sources. So, if I am collecting a data from two different data sources, so it may happen that there will be some similarity in the formats, right. So, that is called as a data homogenization. In that the result into the loss of the some important value of data. It may happen that we are losing some important value of that data if we are finding out the homogeneous data. Okay. The next thing is the high demand for that particular resources. So, the data warehouse requires definitely the large amounts of a data as we are storing many of data formats in the data warehouse. So, it may happen that it will require the large amount of data. So, there will be the high demand of resources, definitely to store such a large data we will require the high resources. The next thing is a data ownership, means a data warehousing change the attitude of the end users to the ownership of the data. The sensitive data that are owned by the one department has to be loaded into the data warehouse for the decision making purpose, but sometimes it may result in the reluctance of that department because it may hesitate to share it with others. So, it may happen if I stored some data in our data warehouse of my department, and I don't want to share that data with another. So there will be some concept of ownership. I am the owner of that data warehouse, so why should I share that, or I will hesitate to share that data due to some personal information or anything. So in such a case, this ownership concept may occur, or it may create a problem for a data warehouse. Then next thing is a high maintenance. Definitely if our resources will be a very high, so its maintenance is going to be very high. So data warehouse is having high maintenance system. Any what we can say, a reorganization of that business process or a source system may affect that data warehouse, and it results the high maintenance cost. Definitely if I am having a different policies for my department, if I am reorganizing something in our department, according to that reorganization my data warehouse is also going to be changed, and this maintenance cost is very high in that case. Then next is long duration project. Long duration project is nothing but in that the building of that data warehouse can be take up of 3 years, right. It will definitely take up to the 3 years, which is why some organizations are reluctant in the investigating it into the investing into the data warehouse. That is why some people or organization not able to invest into that particular data warehouse, because its building time is too much. It may be in 2 to 3 years, and some only the historical data of particular department is capturing the data warehouse, that will resulting a data marts. So the data marts supports only the requirement of that particular department and limited to functionality to that departments or area only. So this may be the thing that it takes a very long projects duration projects due to its building. Then next one is last, that is complexity of that integration. So whenever we are integrating data, the most important area for that management of a data warehouse is nothing but its integration capabilities. Means how many different type of attribute it can integrate. That attribute can be having a similar meaning but the different name likewise. So their capabilities we should test, and organization must spend a significant amount of a time to determine how well that various different data warehousing tools can be integrated into the overall solution that is needed. So this can be very difficult task, and as there are number of tools for every operation of that data warehouse, so we can apply the different tools, but after applying the different tools we should come to one result, and that will be a very difficult task for that particular integration type. So it should have very high integration capabilities that dataware should possess, right. So this is all regarding the problems that may occur with that data warehouse. Then next thing is that characteristics of data warehouse. So which are the different characteristics we can have? The first thing is, we have already seen in a first slide that a data warehouse should be a subject oriented, then it should be integrated, then it should be time variant, and it should be non volatile. So what it means exactly? So first of all we will see what is the subject oriented exactly. The subject oriented means a data warehouse that is said to be subject oriented because it provides the information around the subject rather than the organization's ongoing operation, right. So whatever we are having a query, it is going to give an information according to that query rather than what are the ongoing operations of that data warehouse. So these subjects can be a product, they can be a customer, that can be a suppliers, that can be sales, revenue, etc. So data warehouse does not focus on an ongoing operation, rather it focuses on modeling and analysis of that data for our decision making. Okay. So we can say that a relevant data about that subject is gathered and it is stored in a single set in useful format. So it is not going to showing you an ongoing operations on that data. The data warehouse world is organized around a major subject, that can be a customer, that can be a vendor, that can be a product, that can be an activity. So the alignment around that subject areas affects the design and their implementation of that data which is found in our data warehouse. So, that is a subject oriented, that means specific data that we need. It should not show you all the data or all the operations which are working on that data warehouse. The next thing is integrated. What is the integration is? A data warehouse is constructed by the integrating data from heterogeneous sources such as relational databases, that can be a flat files, that can be a database system, etc. So, this integration enhances the effective analysis of data. So, all of you know that whenever we are saying that data integration is a term from a pre-processing. So, we have seen we are having a different resources and we are collecting the data from different resources. So, this term is called here as a heterogeneous sources, means they are not homogeneous, they are not following the same format, we are collecting the data which is available in the different format, that is called as an heterogeneous sources. So, we are collecting data from that sources, and the more important aspect of that data warehouse environment is that the data are found within that data warehouse is integrated always with no exception, means a data is stored in a globally accepted fashion with a consistent naming convention, their measurements, their coding structures or their physical attributes. So, this term should be follow for by that data warehouse, this should be a feature or characteristic of that data warehouse. Then time variant. What is the time variant? All the data in that data warehouse should be accurate as of some moment in a time, means data warehouse represent a data over a long period from 5 to 10 years, it may happen. So, it should be updated yearly, monthly, weekly likewise. So, it should be the data collection in that data warehouse is identified with a particular time period, right. So, data in that data warehouse provides the information from the historical point of view, it may happen. So, it should be a time variant. And last is non-volatile. Non-volatile means the previous data which is not erased when a new data is added to it, that is called as a non-volatile. A data warehouse is kept separate from the operational database, and therefore, frequent changes in an operational database are not reflected in the data warehouse. So, the data warehouse is read only and data is loaded into the data warehouse and accessed there, right. So, whenever you are adding a new data, so old data is not erased. So, that is termed as a non-volatile. So, this should be the characteristics of that data warehouse when we are saying that data in that data warehouse are subject oriented, integrated, time variant and non-volatile. So, these are a introduction to the data warehouse. From now onwards, we are going to see the operational data systems and the data warehouse for the upcoming lectures. So, today we will stop here. Thank you all of you.